Why Couldn't I Have Been Named Ashley by Emma Achalek. Ashley, exclaimed Mrs. Renfro, and simultaneously 3 heads whipped around at attention towards the perturbed teacher. At the same time, all 3 Ashleys proudly replied, "Yes, ma'am." When I was a 4th grader, I remember sitting in class that day just before the bell rang for dismissal. I remember thinking of all the names in the world, how I could have possibly been stuck with such an alien one. I thought about all the popular kids in the class. I figured that I wasn't popular because of my weird name. I put some things together in my mind and came up with a plausible equation. Cool name equals popularity. The dismissal bell rang. As I mechanically walked out to catch my ride, I thought to myself, why couldn't I have been named Ashley? I was born on July 7th, 1986 at Parkland Hospital of Dallas, Texas. I was the first American-born Nigerian in both of my parents' families. I was my parents' first joy, and in their joy they gave me the name that would haunt me for the rest of my life, Immaculata Azuma Achalek. The first time I actually became aware of my name was on the first day of 1st grade. I went to school loaded with all my school supplies and excited to see all of my old kindergarten friends. I couldn't wait to see who my new teacher was. As I walked into the classroom, all my friends pushed up to me, cooing my name, "Emma, Emma, I missed you so much." The teacher walked in with the attendance sheet. She told everyone to quiet down so she could call roll. Before she started, she said something I thought would have never applied to me. She said, "Before I call roll, I apologize if I mispronounce anyone's name," with a very apologetic look on her face. She looked down at the attendance sheet, paused for a minute, and then looked up with an extremely puzzled look on her face. I remember thinking that there was probably some weird name before mine, although my name was always the first name to be called in kindergarten. Suddenly my palms started sweating, and then she began to hopelessly stutter my name. Immaculate Archie. Here I interrupted. My ears burned with embarrassment, and droplets of perspiration formed on my nose. "Did I say it right?" she said with the same apologetic look on her face. Before I responded, the laughs that the other kids in class had been holding back suddenly exploded like a volatile vial of nitroglycerin into peals of laughter. One kid thought it was so funny his chubby face started turning red, and I could see a tear gradually making its way down his face. I found myself wishing I could sink into the ground and never come back. I hated being the laughingstock. I never really recovered from the shock of that day. From that day forward, the first day of school was always my most feared day. I didn't know what to do. All I could do was to tell my teachers, "I go by Emma." I felt so alone when all the other girls in my class had sparkly pink pencils with their names printed on them. You know, the ones they sell in the stores along with name-embossed sharpeners, rulers, and pencil pouches. Every year I searched through and rummaged around that rack at the store, but I could never find a pencil with my name on it. The summer of my 7th grade year, my family and I took a vacation to our home in Nigeria, where my parents were born. My cousin and I were playing cards, talking girl talk, and relating our most embarrassing moments. Each tried to see whose story could top whose. I told one story of how I wet the bed at a sleepover, and she told me how she had farted in class during a test. That was a hoot. Then I told her the story of how I was laughed at because of my weird name. I thought it was pretty funny, but she didn't laugh. She had the most serious look on her face. Then she asked me, "Immaculata Azuma Achalek, do you know what your name means?" I shook my head at her, and that's when she started laughing. I thought she was making fun of me, and as I started to leave, she said, "Immaculata means purity. Azuma means the good road," and having heard her words, I stopped walking away and turned around in amazement. "What does Achalek mean?" I asked. After a long pause, she calmly said, "Achalek means to rule without force." I was astonished and pleased. I never knew what my name meant. My name is Immaculata Azuma Achillalike. I am the daughter of first-generation Nigerian immigrants. I am the daughter of hard-working and brave parents. My name means to rule without force. My grandfather was a wealthy man of a generous character. When I say my name in Nigeria, people know me as the granddaughter of a wealthy man of generous character. They know me by my name. There, my name is not embossed on any pencil or vanity plate. It is etched in the minds of the people. My name is Immaculata Azuma Achillalike.